Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? As y'all know, some aspects of my podcast will be planned, and others of it will be spontaneous, right? So the planned ones are the ones where I actually have a legit agenda, and it's more for you than for me. These ones are going to be like spontaneous ones where I just kind of talk freely. There's no set agenda, whatever the case may be. Today I just want to talk about week one as a graduate student. Most of you know that I started the LMHC program at Mercy College or Mercy University this last week. And I was very scared and afraid and intimidated, yet excited all at the same time, just because I know it's going to be a lot. This is what I signed up for, and I'm going to go through it to become, a counselor, therapist, whichever term that you're familiar with. So I just wanted to just talk a little bit, just in case like some of my peers are listening, or just to provide support for people that want to do this in the future. I did an assignment for class, and one of the assignments really, which I can kind of draw from, you have to write an introduction. So basically so I'm taking two classes. I'm taking Introduction to Mental Health Counseling, which I had tonight, and then I'm taking Ethics and Counseling, which I had last week. I have Professor Gail Reed Barnett for Ethics. Amazing woman. She's older. She has so much experience in this field, and I just liked her style of teaching. And I know that I gained to learn so much from her. There were other students that had taken her before, and they really gave good reviews within that class setting. It's going to be a good class. A lot of work. But I know that it's going to be an amazing class. And then I had another class today, Introduction to Mental Health Counseling with Dr. George Ramos. Great vibe so far. I did read about him on Rate Your Professor, and they gave really good reviews. He also teaches at other schools, which is amazing, both public and private. So it was a great experience. I've met a lot of my classmates. Some we've already started talking outside of classes, others, but I like to meet new people in all avenues and areas of life. And that's kind of true of life, period. Whatever interests you have, you need to have people in all of those areas. So if you're in school, you should have friends that are in school. If you have, if you're spiritual and you go to a church, you should have people in that group. If you're into working out, you should have people there. If you're a parent, you should have people there. So it's great to have your good friends, your close friends, your best friends, but it's also good to have associates and or friends and various other things that you're doing, because you can relate to each other and things of that nature. So week one of our assignments were introducing ourselves, and what we gained to learn from class and things like that. So I had put here about the counseling program, that I hope to gain a deeper understanding of ethics and counseling, want to learn about the right and wrong ways to approach various situations and dilemmas that may arise in the field. I aim to develop a solid ethical foundation to provide the best possible support to my future clients. I bring 24 years of experience in case management and life experience to the class. My journey has been filled with successes and mistakes, which have shaped me personally and professionally. While I have learned a lot through maturity, time work, policies, and the guidance of good supervisors and colleagues, I recognize that there is always room for growth and improvement. I look forward to applying theory to practice and sharing insights from my real world experience. A little bit more about me. I have 3 amazing sons who inspire me daily. I'm also a professional jump roper and have been featured in various media outlets. Additionally, I published my first book in December 2022, an incredible milestone. Counseling is like a guided conversation that helps people gain insight into their challenges and empowers them to work through those challenges. It is about creating a safe and supportive space for individuals to explore their thoughts and emotions, ultimately helping them lead happier and more fulfilling lives. My diverse background and years of experience have helped me to think critically about what is right and wrong and what constitutes ethical professional behavior. I have learned from my mistakes and successes, and I am committed to continuing my journey of growth and self-improvement. So this is kind of an introduction that I answered for class. And, just to elaborate, I have been working in case management for 24 years, basically since the age of 19. How I got into the field, I was actually an assistant teacher at a charter school, and at the end of the school year, like in May or I think April or so, I ended up getting a part-time weekend job at YAI, and I was a weekend counselor, so I worked on Saturday, Sunday. And I didn't go back to the school in September, so I took on full-time hours at YAI. I didn't have an official position, but I had the hours, and I never went back to the school. And so when December came and it was time to look for a new job, this is back when we had the daily news on Sundays, like the classified section would be lit and we had fax machines. I would take and fax my resume for social services. And I remember when I first got my call to interview for PSI, I had no clue what was going on, right? And I was just in the lobby, like just kind of looking around. And I ended up acing the interview and getting the job. And I've been basically in the field ever since. I've worked with like a number of agencies over the years, a number of different clients, but I think the main population that I've really worked with a lot is mentally ill adults and adults, of course, with like medical illness, specifically HIV/AIDS. So that's where it's been. I would say substance abuse, but my main role wasn't in substance abuse. I would have clients that maybe had substance abuse, but I would say mainly mentally ill adults and people living with HIV. Over the years, I've seen changes. So when I first went into mental health, so the first agency I worked with was like developmental disabilities. I don't want to work with that population again. Nothing wrong with it, but that's just something I personally wouldn't want to do. And it sounds strange now saying, I'm an autism mom, but, when I first got into mental health, these clients were more, not say needy, but a little more dependent or needed more help or weren't as independent as people that I've come to work with in the future. So that was a great experience because at that time I was still young. I was a baby. I was like 2021. And at that time I still didn't like really know or believe in mental health. And then it was like a big learning ground for me. And like the people that I work with now, or that I've worked with since working at that agency, they've been a bit more stable. Yes, things still come up, but they've been a bit more stable. Now, as far as the people I want to work with once I do become a therapist, I want to work with women's wellness, and really helping women or midlife adults like overcome barriers that's stopping them from courageously and confidently living their best lives. A lot of times the people that I do work with, a lot recognize that they have issues and they're dealing with those issues, but like our regular everyday people, there's so much stigma. So between stigma, religion, things of that nature, that people don't seek this help, or lack of funding and things like that. I've seen people, even that I know, that's done like not so good things because they weren't dealing with this. And sometimes going to a church and hearing somebody say, oh, get over it, or just take it to the altar and leave it there. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need treatment. And that's really what I want to do. I know in my 20s, I lived a crazy life, right? Probably even into my 30s. And the goal has always been, when I got myself together, I would do what I had to do. And I admire myself for being in the field for 24 years as a case manager. But now, as I'm starting to say it over and over again, it's just like, you should be further along. But like my sister Frances keep telling me, everything happened the way it was supposed to happen, and it's timing the way it was supposed to happen. And yeah, I feel that all of these years that I've been in the field at doing case management, even on the side doing life coaching, there's just so much more. And I should get those letters behind my name. I've earned it, like, but I have to work for it and push outside of my comfort zone and do what's right, because I already know, like, I probably graduate like maybe 3 years. Then I still have to go for my testing and things like that. I know that by then I will bring about 30, close to 30 years of experience just working with people. And I think that's so valuable, not just in like my work setting, but I wrote a book, right, about the mental and emotional wellness of moving forward in life, as well as just talking to everyday people. I just look forward to expanding and really putting theory to practice, what I've already been doing. And not to say, well, let me just say this: case management and therapy are two different things. So, case management is more about advocacy, and counseling is more about the inner. So, case management, outer, therapy, inner, right? So while a lot of my clients do tell me about a lot of things that's going on, but I'm not in that position or have the professional tools to be able to provide that help. I can, of course, have my own thoughts and suggestions and feelings about it, but I'm going to do this the right way. I'm going to get the letters. I'm going to get that degree. I'm going to get my certification, and I'm going to do what it do. So yeah, grad school week 1 has been great. I really look forward to what I can learn from my professors, from the various other students that are in the classes, and yeah, it's just going to be a ride. And I just look forward to the journey, the good, the bad, the happy, the sad. I just so happened to be off this week, which I intentionally did because the first week of school, anyway, for my kids, I always take the first week off. So it's kind of cool. So I'm able to like work out. I'm able to do my classes. I'm able to sit here and do this like unofficial podcast. But I will be doing a lot more of these throughout the semester, because I do want, like I said, to document my journey through grad school and, help somebody else, maybe meet other people that's in this journey, and, et cetera, et cetera. So that's all I got to say. But before I go, let me just tell you a few of the things I have available. My book, Jumping the Rope, Move Yourself and Manifest Success. It basically is a guide to helping you confidently and courageously overcome the barriers to live the life that you deserve and want. I also teach a jump rope class called Jump to Burn in New York City every 2 weeks in New York City. So if you're interested in learning how to jump rope, having fun with a community, come join a class. And that's all I got. www.makeitfunnyc.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at makeitfunnyc, or Bernadette T. Henry, YouTube, TikTok, Jump Rope is Dope. Follow me. And if you have any feedback, just get in contact with me, and I'll talk to you soon.